Okay, greetings. This is Grandmaster Amon here, coming to you from Mombasa, Kenya, again. And as promised, I'm giving you a video of people that are movers and shakers. So basically, if you don't know what's going on, Grandmaster Steve Muhammad has sent out a video saying he's going to be coming to Kenya. And since I'm going to be working on that trip, I thought I would get a hold of my good friend David Washumbe here and get some information about traveling. So David, introduce yourself.
My name is David Washumbe. I've known Amen for quite a number of years, ever since he came to Kenya. He had a bit of a problem getting Kenyan citizenship, but eventually we were able to help him out. We got a lawyer for him who sorted it all out, and we're happy to say he's now a Kenyan. That's
the Johnny Cochran of Kenyan lawyers. I'm telling you. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so I know that there's some of you who want to come into Africa probably to live, and you need more information about it. A brief about me: I'm a university graduate in major in science, physics, chemistry, and maths. But somehow I got into tea as a business. You know, tea as in the plant, the tea we drink in the daytime, in the morning, whatever. That has been my profession for a very long time, over 25 years. But as a side business, I've actually been doing a little bit of tours and safaris, and I'm happy to say that I've lived off it even for some period of time when I didn't have work. So tourism is great in Kenya, and they're good places to visit and see.
Okay. Well, where exactly were you born in Kenya?
I was actually born by coincidence here in Mombasa, because my parents at that time happened to be my dad was on leave, so they had a holiday and they came to visit my mom's side of the family for Christmas. And I was actually born on 30th of December. My mom thought I was going to be Christmas baby, but she missed by 5 days.
Okay. Now, family-wise, how are you? What's up with the family? Wife, kids?
I've got my wife Elizabeth. She's a great lady, professional. She's been a manager of FedEx. I'm sure if you're from America, you understand. You know FedEx. There was a branch of FedEx in Mombasa. She used to be the boss of that, but she quit. Now she's doing information technology. She's gone back to school, and she's about to graduate with a diploma end of this year.
Okay.
I've got two grown-up kids, boys. Robert is 25 now, and his brother Patrick is 23. Bob is a graduate from the United States International University, based in Nairobi, and his brother Patrick is still there, but he's just about to finish.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully by early next year I'd have done with all the education of my kids.
Okay, now briefly, what do you recommend, or what kind of advice can you give African Americans that are going to travel to Kenya for the first time?
Hopefully when you come you'll find that Kenyans are very, very friendly people, proud of their country, and welcome visitors a lot. And this is why Kenya is so famous in the safari circuit, because people just love the hospitality. You can see lions and elephants almost anywhere in Africa, but Kenya is special more so because of the people and the atmosphere that they create for you in safari.
Okay. Now, we're going to be coming with a group, and they're going to be having an itinerary, and we have to put itinerary together on what they can do. So now, what kind of activities would you suggest as part of their itinerary for a 10-day trip, let's say? Okay, let's say they go to Masai Mara, or they should go to where?
Okay, there are very, very many places groups like that can go to. But it also depends on where you're starting from. If you're starting from Nairobi, one of the best places to go is Masai Mara, and that's maybe 3 hours drive from Nairobi. But before Masai Mara, there are other places in between. There's Lake Nakuru National Park. There's Hell's Gate National Park. There are quite a number of places that you can visit before even heading out to Masai Mara. Here comes Pete.
Pete, yes. How is it, man? Long time.
What's going on here?
We're doing an interview. Karibu. So now, David, like you have told me, you've not known much about what's going on with our channel, with our group, and basically, our group is tired of the United States. Tired of the problems that they have there, and they're looking for an alternative. Now, a lot of negative information is given to Black Americans in the United States about Kenya, about Africa in general. Right now they're saying that the Mombasa port is going to be stolen by the Chinese. This is big in the news, but this is all fake news. And Awuor has come on television and said that's not true. And things like that. So, as a Kenyan man that has been pretty successful, everybody has ups and downs. You have changed careers like that. As far as somebody who is coming to settle in Kenya, this is not about the tea business or tourism. It's about you as a man with your family. The struggles are there no matter where you go. But how would you say Kenya is as far as opportunities, business opportunities, living, comfort of living? How would you say your country is in those areas? Business, comfort of living, education for your children, what?
I would say Kenya is actually fantastic.
Wow.
And I'm not saying this because I'm a Kenyan. If I was given an opportunity to choose one place to live on this earth, I would still choose Kenya.
Wow.
Because it's got virtually everything. We've got big cities, we've got farmland, we've got the tourism industry. But the biggest and to me the most important thing is that Kenyans are hardworking people.
Hardworking, yeah.
And you can say whatever you want about the economy and the government is doing this and that. But the backbone of everything is Kenya's hard-working people. There are people out there who work in offices, but yet they've got side businesses, they've got farms, they've got so many other things going on. The economy is actually thriving because of the hard-working Kenyans.
Okay, that's a good point. Now, M-Pesa. You know all about M-Pesa, and I know all about M-Pesa. It really does something for businesses, but a lot of Black Americans don't understand mobile banking. It's not really something that's prominent in the United States. So in the area of business, what would you say? I want to get it in your own words. How is M-Pesa affect your life? Because I know you know a time when there was no M-Pesa, right?
Wow. If you ask me how I've ever lived without this phone for the last 20 years, I wouldn't know what to say. I can't do without it now because everything of mine is on the phone. The last time I used my ATM card so long ago, I don't even remember the PIN number. Because literally I take money from my bank account straight onto my phone, and even in a place like this and many other places, you can just pay by M-Pesa without ever touching cash. It's so convenient.
Yeah. And some people in the United States, they really don't realize that there's a growing trend where M-Pesa is connecting to America. Like for registering for this trip, you'll use money that will go through M-Pesa. And when you're thinking about coming for business, you really need to get an education on how M-Pesa works, because it can give you great ideas on how to transfer money from back and forth. And even advertising with M-Pesa for people to patronize your business or service. So David, I'm gonna keep it going. First, I'm gonna introduce Pete back there. Hi. Okay, see now Pete is camera shy. I can see that right there now, you know. Alright, this not seen in. So anyway, I came to today, I called you and I said, David, I got a group of people that are wanting to come to the United States in April 2020. It's been long, I took Kenyans to the US back in 2001, and it's been long since I've had to deal with that issue. But mine was into accommodating them in Kenya. So for a group of Kenyans that want to do like half business and half, tour, what type of steps basically will I have to take as far as airlines, accommodations? What do you have any recommendations on, how I would go about securing accommodations in Kenya?
What I would say is that because the tourism industry in Kenya is so well developed, 5-star hotels are plenty in Nairobi and even in the national parks and so on. Last year, Kenya Airways launched. Remember the flight, the
direct flights to
the direct flights to US and back. And I don't know how well that is going, but I think it's
80%.
It's there.
80% occupancy on every flight,
and it's a start. If a group like the one you're suggesting wants to come, we would need to know what kind of safari they want. If it's part business, the proximity of Nairobi as a business center, the farming areas in Nairobi, Masai Mara, and all these tourist facilities are all within the same area. So you can actually tailor-make a safari that is part business. They want to see business establishments and so on, ranches and farms and so on, and still do their safaris. It can be tailor-made for that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Business and safari.
Now, is that in your expertise, or is there some touring company that would be able to do that?
What happens is that there are quite a number of tour operators that we network together with. We network, and if, for example, they want something to do in Masai Mara, we can get somebody to handle that area, Masai Mara, and maybe the farmlands around there if they're interested in visiting some businesses. If they want to go further, let's say to Lake Baringo and somewhere else, there are groups that can be put together, collectively put together a safari, and then maybe even come down all the way to the coast, Mombasa. There's networking of tour providers. So where I can't manage, I'll get help from a partner. They will sort out that area, we sort out this area, and so on.
Okay. Let me call. Let me freeze for a second.